21 minutes past 7 as Women's Month comes to an end. The focus shifts to rural communities and the plight of rural women. And in celebration of women, the Department of Social Development have opened a women's resource centre in Lusikisiki. Let's cross to our reporter Unathi Binqose and let's find out who he has with him. Unathi, good morning to you again.
A very good morning to you and a warm welcome to all our SABC 2 and those who are watching us from Channel 404. Indeed, we are coming to you live from Lusikisiki. It's right in the heart of the Pondoland, a place that was ravaged by the issues of forced marriages, what is known as Ukutwala in the not so distant past. And right here where we are broadcasting from, this is the place that played a pivotal role in the fight against that. And today, as we wrap up Women's Month in South Africa, we're back here again today to try and take forward those issues of women emancipation, rather. And to speak more to us about what is happening here now, we are joined by African Union Chairperson, Mama Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, who's going to be speaking to us about what is happening here today. However, ma'am, before we start about what is happening here today, we come off a very tough week as the Eastern Cape, where we lost a lot of people in an accident. I mean, the majority of those died in Willowville, where 35 people died in a bus accident. I'm sure you'd want to say a word or two to them on that.
Yes, our hearts and sympathies and condolences go to the families and friends of those who lost their lives in the accidents over the weekend. And this means that we have to do a lot more about the safety on our roads.
Right, back on the business of the day, I understand as the UN, this is the African Year of the Women. Tell us, how do you guys feel seeing what is happening here today, the launch?
Well, it's very exciting to be here. Since the AU declared this year as the Year of Women's Empowerment, and this is also the end of the Women's Month, so it comes together very well to see that we are launching a center that's going to be critical in empowering women, training them, mentoring them, assisting them to improve their economic well-being. And we hope that these centers will proliferate in the country. Because women's empowerment, especially economically, is very critical for families, because we know how much women spend on their families. So if we give them resources, the kids will go to school, they'll have food, they'll be able to have a better life. The children's tomorrow will be better than their parents.
Right, ma'am, just before I let you go, I'm sure we have had projects like this all across the African continent and even here in South Africa. Any positive spin-off coming off them?
Well, I think generally in the African continent we are encouraging that women must be part of the economic development. We are saying women in agriculture must get technology, must have access to finance, they must be able to improve their productivity, but also process, because you get a continent that has lots of young people and they need employment. And so if we can up our game in terms of employment of young women, and also go into agro-processing, then it means that we will create more jobs. And the continent, particularly in agriculture, is doing very badly because we import 83% of what we eat. Yet we have land, we have the sun, we have water, we have the human resources. So it's very important that we do that. But we can see that a lot of countries are beginning to pay attention to this. But also the governments are contributing. Some governments are making sure that they procure at least 30% of what they need from women and young people. And this will give a very good spin-off, because it means they know in their projects, in their co-ops, they will have a market, and a ready market.
Ma'am, the skies are beginning to open up a bit now. Let me allow you to go back inside. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, welcome.
All right. Well, there you have it. We have just spoken to her, and she lamented actually the issue of agriculture, saying that that's one thing that we need to focus on. And indeed, in this project, agriculture and crop production are going to be some of the projects that they are going to focus on a lot going forward. And with the skies opening up a bit like they are now, I'm sure that bodes well for the issue of crop cultivation. With that, let's wrap and hand back to you guys back in Joburg.